Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we're going into a recorded Battleground tournament match. I'm in the Goliath, David and Goliath Winter Clash in the Goliath group. This was the results of the first round of matches. I ended up taking second in the Sentinel bracket, and that let me advance. It was the top two out of each bracket got to advance. And then here is the final 16, and you can see it in the bottom left corner. I'm the second seed going up against Vega, the 1 seed in that bracket. So Vega, I'm sure you know him. He's been in For Loki, SSX, very solid player. Does a lot of cool stuff on his channel. You should check it out if you haven't already. And yeah, so we're gonna go up against Vega because I'm the number 2 seed. He invites first, and then I invite, and it just goes back and forth each time. And this is the Battleground meta where it has the weakness, and that's from the long distance relationship. So if you're close, you get a weakness debuff and they stack. If you're far away, they fall off, and then it's got blood in the water. So when you have a debuff on you, a weakness, or anything else, the attacker gets a fury. So he has a rank 5 Hulkling. I have a rank 4, but because of that, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take that off. Hulkling can take a good chunk of fights fairly easily, and then I take off Fury and Bishop to start off with my bans. I don't have a Fury in my deck. I do have a rank 3, but it's like Sig 20 or something like that. At some point when I Sig him up and possibly rank 4 him, I'll put him back in my deck, but I'll generally just ban him. And then I have Bishop in there just to remove some of the cheese stuff that he can do. I don't have Bishop in my deck. And he can take Korgs and stuff like that, and I have a rank 4 Korg. So that's the logic just behind my bans. He banned my AA, which normally I would ban, but he didn't have an AA in his deck, and Torch and Elsa. So Torch ban, good one. Elsa, I mean, I've used her, she's good. Should I ban her? Would I ban her? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why he went and did that. I think there's probably other champs that I personally would have banned, but so whatever. And I'm gonna let this match play out in real speed. Normally I do like speed up through these drafts, but I'm just gonna say this straight out the gate. And this was one of the most frustrating Battleground sets of matches I have participated in. Normally, I don't play a lot of Battlegrounds, so I only play a few matches here and there. I don't generally do tournament stuff. Going forward, I probably won't participate in tournament stuff. I just personally don't like the coordination that is involved to try to find times that go good with myself and then the other opponent to find a time that we can do to match. And then particularly with these matches, this is a best out of 7. So like, unless you sweep the opponent or get swept, it's a big chunk of time to commit. So like, 4 matches, if you win 4-0 or lose 4-0, that's at least 40 minutes. And I don't know, it's just, to me, it's just not worth it. I mean, they're fun, but it's just not worth it. Like, I mean, if you win this, you get a cash prize. I really could care less about that. And I did sign up for this tournament before I, basically quit / retired and kind of been going solo. So it is what it is. But with all that said, this is how the first deck and draft got sorted out. He really didn't have a good option for Void, but he also didn't have a great option for Thing either. So I placed my Thing, which is a rank 5, big beefy boy. Now there are plenty of champs that can take him, but if you don't have a counter, a good counter, most likely you'll end up timing out. So he places Absorbing Man, and I considered throwing in Quicksilver, considered Warlock, and just trying to bleed him, but I don't think that would work. I've never tried that. But one opponent that I have used against Absorbing Man is Void. He's a super easy fight, and I felt like whoever he was going to throw at thing, this was just going to get me started. Now, could I have used somebody else? Probably, but I felt like I just needed to get a win straight out the gate. Could I have saved Void for defense? I could have. But yeah, so on this, you're going to see I'm going to heavy counter his special, which is going to turn off his form. You know, to be honest, I don't have, well, one, I don't have an Absorbing Man. Still haven't gotten him. I've opened up like 34 crystals now. Still haven't gotten that dude. So I don't really know how he works attack-wise, but defensive-wise, I know he regens a whole bunch. And you can cancel out his form if you counter his special with a heavy. It goes on cooldown. There you can see I did save for the special too. He threw the special, which is great. So I got both a weakness and a degen on him, which is awesome. I held for the special too just because I had the petrifies going, and I could have gotten into Fear of the Void, but I just knew that having the extra debuffs from the special 2 and the sting damage and all that was gonna get him down quick. And this is probably one of my quicker runs, and I think it turned out well. So 73 seconds, ended with full health. Good way to start. Good way to start the match. He's going with Quicksilver against Thing. Now Quicksilver can definitely take Thing. He can put up that permanent slow. But dealing with the weaknesses and then having your detonation hit at a good time where weaknesses are off and all that, I don't know, I just not really certain. I've never done that fight with this meta, but I was like, he's probably gonna just time out, which he did. He ended up with full health, but he only took off 20%, so not very good, but good for me. So we win the first match, and I'm looking at my deck thinking, who do I throw at him? And I think I end up putting my own Quicksilver down because he has Gallon, which definitely can take Quicksilver. I've done that fight a number of times, but I was just looking at all my other champs. Oh no, I actually put Doom down. Okay, I put Doom, and you know, Havoc can take Doom. Gallon can take a lot. Mystics, most Mystics, not all of them. Well, and I was like, okay, so I threw down my rank 3 Atuma. I was like, let's see how he does with this champ. See if he knows how to fight him, knows that he really can't parry and all that kind of stuff. He does have Havoc, which is a solid option to use against him. And I end up going with Longshot here. Now Longshot, we're gonna get him down, but I think I do end up getting like clipped by a special 2 towards the beginning. And I just didn't really see Longshot being useful for any of the other attackers that he had. I mean, maybe if he threw down Rintra, I could have used Longshot, but Longshot not great against Gallon, and I don't know, there's a few, I can't remember all the people left in this deck, but I'm like, I can take this guy with this Doom with Longshot. I think here, yeah, I get clipped at the end. And you know, the thing is when you have a debuff, whether it's the weakness or I have that Incinerate up, the block penetration is even more significant than you would normally have. Doom already has crazy block damage. I get clipped by the special one, so I was a bit rattled. And here we throw the special 2. We still have Pure Heart up. We didn't have much bad karma on him. He throws he starts getting melted a little bit. And the other thing is we can't use our strikers in this tournament, which, you know, in the back of my mind I was just like, don't throw the striker, don't throw the striker, don't throw the striker. So I do end up killing him. It wasn't great. 87 seconds, not super slow, could have been better. And I'm just waiting for him to finish. And I'm hoping like, oh, he does bad, but nope, Vega does great, and kills the tumor. So lose our first round there. So it's tied up 1-1. And I'm looking at my deck, thinking, who do I use on defense? I really can't put. And I'm placing first. I can't put Warlock, so I'll use Gallon. And I'm like, okay, do I use Claire or do I use Quicksilver? And I end up using Quicksilver, and just hoping that you know, he does annoying Quicksilver things, and he kills him. He throws down Rintra, and I was like, okay, I haven't ever done Rintra with Claire, and so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go with my Warlock. My Warlock is a low sig, which is unfortunate. If he was higher sig, you get better degen damage when you get the power drain. And this is basically a parry heavy fight, and throw off a special 2 here and there, and it goes really well for a good portion of the fight. And then I just start missing some parries. I want to try to get it to where he doesn't throw very many specials, and just let the power drain kind of keep him under a bar, and just let those bleeds go to work. I do run deep wounds at max 5 out of 5, so those bleeds last a long time. They do a decent chunk of damage. And here we throw off the special 2. He gets the armor breaks. You know, Rintra loves the armor breaks, but that's also they also stay on for quite a long time, and it's gonna help keep him at low power. So there, I miss a parry and get whacked pretty good, and then it's gonna happen again somewhere. And I will tell you, my controls, I'm not gonna blame everything on the controls, but there were a number of times where it just didn't feel right. I felt like, I don't know, super slow, so there I was just slow, and I get parried. So I think that one was on me. And there we do it again. We get resisted, and yeah, I'm just like, geez, this is just terrible right now. I got a bunch of weaknesses on me. I should have backed off. We don't get much damage on this special 2, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just hoping that he screwed up and Quicksilver messed him up, and we can come out with a 2-1 win in this first match, because there's no way I'm going to kill him at this point. I've already messed up enough, and the weaknesses have kind of kicked in. We throw a special 1 to get as much damage as possible. Timeout, and we win. He died, Quicksilver killed him, and we get round 1. So, feel kind of lucky, because if I was using Gallon on Quicksilver, I know how to do that. I've done that. It's a pretty easy fight, and I'm not sure if I actually have that matchup later on in this, but I've done it numerous times. But so there we go. We get round 1. We're up 1-0. And for this next round, I get to invite, which means he gets to draft first, which is a benefit. So I don't know, if you're ever playing friendlies, make sure you flip-flop back and forth between who invites first, because there's a benefit to sending out the invite. And then as far as bans go for this round, I believe I'm just going to do the same thing. It worked. And if it ain't broke, I'm not going to change it up. So we go and ban Hulkling, Fury, and I'm just kind of looking at his champs to see if there's somebody else to consider different. And I'm like, no, we'll just do Bishop again. And Vega, this dude's got a pretty stacked account. Let's just say that. a lot of rank. Most of those are rank 4s. I think the first 3 rows were all rank 4s. Definitely has more than me. But that's what happens when you put money into the game. So here we go. We're gonna get a draft. I can't remember if he drafts Hercules or Thing. Thing? Okay. He drafts Thing. There's my Void. I'm gonna get Void. And then here I was thinking, do I get Korg? Do I get Domino? I mean, any of these are solid options. But I end up picking 2 defenders, and maybe I should have done different, but I was gonna test him out, see how well he can fight against Korg. He picks Penny, which, you know, Penny can be a good defender unless you get somebody like Gallon, and boom, we get Gallon. I'm like, sweet. So that kind of, you know, if he's gonna throw down Penny, it's an easy kill. And then I go for Thing again, or again, I'm not sure if I had him in the first round, but I go for Thing, hoping that he doesn't get a solid counter for that. And he goes for a Korg and Kingpin. Yeah, that's probably what I would have picked. And he has a counter for Domino, which is Penny. I'm like, well, now that I have Gallon, he's probably not going to place that for defense. I'm like, well, I'll take my shots with Domino crit failing Penny Parker, and then I pick up Warlock. Warlock was basically to counter Havoc if he was going to place that down on defense. And who does he pick? So he goes for Absorbing Man, and who else? And Quicksilver. All right. So I think I end up picking Quicksilver here because She-Hulk is mainly there to counter voids, which he doesn't. I don't even think he has a void in his deck. You know, she's not like the best counter, but she can get void down without dying. Done that a couple times, but you do lose some health. So he goes for Thing. I'm like, okay, you gonna go Thing? I'm gonna go Thing. I'm pretty certain I go Thing, or do I go Domino? Yeah, okay, I go Domino. I was thinking I was going Thing, and maybe the Thing is for next round. So he goes for Penny, and then I'm like, okay, I need to do this fairly fast, and I'm just gonna go. I don't need Gallon anymore. Gallon's not gonna be great for Absorbing Man. He can do Korg. It's not gonna be great for Havoc per se. But we can take out Thing with Gallon. It's a pretty simple fight. Basically, how I normally do it. There might be a better way to do it, but I usually go, you know, medium, light, mediums till special 1, and I'll throw the special 1 without activating harvest. We're gonna do a full 5-hit combo here, push him to 15 stacks, and then bait out. Come on. The special 1. He's not wanting to throw. That's okay, he finally does. Medium, light, medium, and a special 1 to get some planetary mass, and then we're gonna build up to special 2 and hit him with the heavy and throw that, and it's gonna almost kill him, or be enough to kill him, and we just gotta manage the rock stacks. And that's pretty much it. Very heavy. Throw the special 2. He doesn't have protection up. Gotta make sure you throw it without protection up, otherwise it'll eat up all that damage. And get him, and then he finishes just right after. Decent amount of health. Penny did really well, and we squeaked out that fight. Well, I guess, you know, we won by 2,500 points ish, which isn't too bad. But yeah, Gallon was a great option to counter for that round. And next up, I think I just place Void. Now he can play that with Kingpin, but then if he places Kingpin, then I can throw down Thing on the last round, and then he has to fight that with Quicksilver, which I think we had him. Did we do that in the first round? I can't remember. But Quicksilver again, not the best option. I think he did. I'm already forgetting, but I think he did fight my Thing with Quicksilver in the first round and timed out. He timed out and did like 20%. So I use my Quicksilver against Absorbing Man. He's gonna use he ends up using Quicksilver against Void. I'm like, well, I just pretty much don't have to die here, and I should win because he's going to die with Quicksilver on Void. I just can't see him not dying from all the damage. I don't know, maybe you can manage the combos and the weaknesses and stuff like that, and I know you get extra hits to get rid of the intimidating presence debuff, but you know, it's not a matchup that I've tried. It doesn't seem like it's a great one, just because like when you're doing all your hits, you're staying close. Now for this one, my game plan was throw my special 2, special 1, detonate, and in the back of my mind I was like, do I need to make sure that he's not in his rock form, like beast skin like he is right now? And I was like, I think I need to, but it wasn't certain. We push him into this Magna form because he wasn't throwing special 1. We throw our special 2, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think if I detonate now it will do much damage, but I do end up making the mistake that I do detonate when he's in one of his rock form things. I really don't know all of his forms and all that. See, like there I heavied him, but he threw a special immediately, and then I throw my special 1. And the thing is on cooldown, so I can't change his form. I do a medium, light, medium, and there you can see the detonation was garbage. And then just thereafter, he goes into his normal skin Absorbing Man form, so if I would have just waited it out, I think I could have gotten the damage. So yeah, again, we're gonna time out and barely do any damage to this dude. And I'm like, well, he should have died to Void. How much damage did he do? Not much. He died almost, I don't know about instantly, but he didn't do much. And we win both rounds. Not pretty by any means for that one, but you know, sometimes you just gotta finish the match and be as clean as possible. And you know, even if you don't time out, or even if you time out or you don't kill him or whatever, you can still win. So so we're up 2-0, and I'm feeling pretty good right now. Everything been fairly decent, besides a few missed parries against that Rentra with Warlock. I'm feeling like we're doing good. But the doing good is gonna change. It's gonna change real quick. So this round he gets to invite. It's match number 3. He gets to invite first, so we've already flip-flopped, and I think I'm just gonna do the same bands. I've won twice. I'm like, it's worked. Let's just keep doing it. And I think this draft does not go very well. You know, the thing is with this, like, you know, if you draft decent counters, you know, you can win stuff. But sometimes if you just can't get the defenders you need, or you just don't end up getting the attackers that you need, it's just, you know, it can be brutal. So here I'm debating whether or not to pick up like that Sorcerer Spidey, because he had trouble with him, I think, or did I use him yet? I can't remember. Maybe I didn't use him yet, but I'm like, will he be able to take him down depending on who he's got? And does he know how to fight him? Because you gotta watch out for all the misses and all that kind of stuff. So he gets Scorpion, and he gets his Spidey Supreme. I pick up Tigra, and I get Long Shot. I'm like, okay. I really don't have a use for Tigra at the moment, but I was hoping to be able to use her. Gets Domino. So Domino, obviously you saw the fight earlier with or did I fight Domino with Long Shot, or is it this round that I fought? You know, I'm recording this back on, I'm voiceovering the replay on this, so I think I don't pick up AA, and I end up picking Porker and Kingpin here. AA could definitely be used in some of these matches, but I felt like I needed a Mystic counter, and I didn't really have one, particularly if it was going to be like Rintra, which I think he ends up picking. I think this is where it just goes downhill. He picks up Nimrod, Nimrod and Rintra. So I'm like, okay, well, I can pick up Gallon. And then I was debating on picking up Doom or my own Spidey Supreme. And I probably should have went Doom. But I know Scorpion can take Doom. I know Scorpion can take the Spidey Supreme, but Spidey Supreme can just be a little bit more annoying. And then he picks up Falcon to counter my thing. I'm like, okay. So as far as this draft goes, it's okay. It's decent. I don't really have a great Domino counter by any means. So I was concerned about that. And let's see, I think he does place Domino first. This is the round, right? I believe. No. He goes Rintra. Okay, so he goes Rintra. I'm like, sweet. Spider-Ham is great. Is great for Rintra. So I'm happy I picked him up. Now, I did pick him up instead of AA. AA is obviously a great counter for Rintra. Probably a little bit more simple, because you just parry heavy instead of Pig. You got to do some mediums and heavy knockdowns and all that. But he's going Falcon against my thing, and Falcon for thing in this meta is not great. Get all the weaknesses on, and you know, I personally, I don't have Falcon in my deck, but I don't think I've ever seen somebody take down my thing with Falcon yet. They always time out. And so here I'm just doing mediums, trying to get the Porco Poppers going, take some sting damage, get those re-triggered, and I need to get a heavy in, which right there I do a medium into a special, and he blocks it. So I don't know what was up with that. We counter his special one with a heavy, get another heavy. We got to bring down those charges. We get a medium into a special one that time. We got it. Come on, throw it. It does. We get Poppers re-triggered. So far the fight's going pretty well. There I felt a little slow on that heavy counter. And we play a few Poppers, get the taunt going. Now I probably should have went, I don't know, for a special 2 or built up for a special 3 and got all those big, all those dormant Poppers that he's got. And then here he's not throwing. And there I tried to throw a heavy and it just didn't stick, and then I retried and obviously it was too late. And now I'm getting cornered. And this is where it just goes to crap because I can't stun him. And I do get out of the corner, but I still can't stun him, and I just get wrecked. Just get wrecked, and he got wrecked. But he got wrecked a little bit less than me. Did it faster, and we lose by 600 points. So that was terrible. That was just terrible. I should have won that round. I'm not sure how he ended up dying. But yeah, that was terrible. I've always taken down Rentra with Pig with no problem, and that one was just terrible. So he's going Domino. It's a good option because I really don't have a great counter. And yeah, so I end up going Spidey Supreme here. And obviously Scorpion can take Domino. I'm just hoping that, you know, he messes up with some misses and all that kind of stuff. And I debated going Long Shot or going Kingpin for this, but I want to save Kingpin for round 3 because I know Long Shot can do this fight, and this is where I just continue the crappy gameplay, and I get crit failed quite a bit. And I lose a ton of health. There I parry. I didn't feel like it. I actually had parried. There's a couple in here. I miss a parry there. I'm like, oh, perfect. Just lose half my health with a combo to the face. And yeah, it's just not going well at all. I need her to throw. She does throw. We're getting some willpower healing. But yeah, crit fail damage is going to get a little bit crazy. I'm trying to get Pure Heart up with a Dex. We get it. In the special 2, we didn't have any bad karma on her, so we didn't get a lot of damage on there. I got to be careful when she's lucky because she can evade. And we're gonna get clipped here somewhere. And maybe, looking back, I might get down into Assassin's range, and maybe that's what ends up getting me. No, I go for a full combo there, and that was stupid because she was lucky, and she evades. Of course she would. And I die. And guess what? He died too, and he did just as bad as I did, but by like 100 points. And he wins. So two terrible matches on both sides for both rounds. He comes up the winner on both, and I'm just like, okay. So here you can see me, I'm just dumping all of my apps. I'm restarting because I'm just like, that was terrible. And we're gonna start this over again and go into round match number 4, being up 2-1, hoping that I can secure a W. Because that last round was embarrassing. You can watch. He streamed it live, so you can go and watch his matches if you want. I'll put a link to the video, his stream for this, in the description. So here, going into match 4, I get to invite, and let's get into it. Now, as far as his bans go, again, he kept banning Torch, which is a good ban. I personally like using Torch, and Torch can take a lot of champs pretty easily because you go into Flame On and you're just nuking champs down. And here we go. So I ban his Hulkling again. And I'm looking to see if I should ban something else besides the Hulkling. Or besides the Bishop. And I'm like, no, we'll just still ban. I think we still ban the Bishop. Yes, we lock that in. So we got the same bans. Because technically it's worked for all the rounds. I just totally blew round 3. He bans Void and Torch and Tigra. So I didn't ever get to use my Tigra. I wish I could have, but I'm getting better at her. So he picks up Kingpin, solid pick. I think I'm gonna pick up Thing and Gallon. Yep. So it's a good start to my draft. he's got a crossbones, so I don't think I ever saw him come up. But crossbones is a great counter to Thing because you can prevent the rock stacks. You can shrug off all the weaknesses for being close. And I was like, well, we're still gonna try him out, see how well he does with his crossbones. Yeah, he does end up picking him. And then I'm like, okay, sweet, this is looking good. I'm gonna go, I think I go for Pig and Nimrod. In case I get that domino again. Nimrod is my counter, my go-to counter for that. Or do I not go Pig? No, I go for Spidey Supreme again. I probably should have gone for Pig. If I would have done it back again, I would have gone for Pig. Yeah, let's see who he throws in. I can't remember. Sasquatch and yeah. So now I'm kind of wishing I had the Pig because both Sasquatch and Wiccan Pig would be a great option for. I go for Havoc and because I need some attackers. And I'm just looking at like who do I use for some of these champs, and it's just yeah. And as far as like using Spidey Supreme can be used on attack, but he's a brand new rank up and I've never used him on attack, so I really don't know how to use him. I know that he can throw special 2s and do some crazy damage and get some like burst damage from having a lot of buffs on the opponent and whatnot. But I'm looking at my attackers, I'm like, ugh, this draft right here was it started good and it went to crap pretty quick as far as like who to use for a bunch of the stuff. I end up picking Longshot again, and we could potentially use him on defense, potentially use him on attack. I think I end up using him on attack because I just really don't have great attacking options. And so here I think I throw out Thing, which maybe I should have used somebody else, but I really didn't have an option for this Sasquatch. No, I don't throw him out Thing. I throw out Spidey, and I think he uses Chavez, I think. So he's died to the Spidey Supreme once or twice already, so I'm thinking he'll possibly get another kill. Yeah, he goes for Chavez. And I'm just looking at my champs thinking, who do I use? I was thinking possibly possibly Havoc or Longshot. I end up going with Longshot. I think I was saving Havoc as a potential counter to Wiccan. But this is a rank 4 Sasquatch, and I've never done this fight with this meta, and having the weaknesses on is not going to help. It's going to help with keep your health up, but doing damage to this guy and getting some good damage in is not going to be easy. But here we get a Pure Heart up. It does a little bit. But spoiler alert, I'm gonna time out on this one. I think I end up getting hit somewhere, I think. Gotta watch out for his wrath charges that are building up. He goes into Tanorak. Yeah, right there. I don't know why I countered too soon. You can counter his heavy with that Unstoppable. Here we throw off another special 2 in Pure Heart. Hoping he throws some of these. There, and now he's empty on power. But we'll see. He's got max MD, so he's got some MD going on. Trying to get some hits in while that we still had that Incinerate up. We got some damage, but like we're not even halfway there, and we got 30 seconds left. I'm just like, okay, well, we're gonna try to get in what we can. I don't know, just the damage isn't there, and I knew it going in. But Longshot I don't think I would be able to use him for pretty much any other fight. And yeah, probably should have just countered that. We get an intercept, and we time out. We just got 53%, and we lost. So he actually did well. Chavez is an interesting option because she does more damage for buffs. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at that fight, see how he did it. But you know, you can heavy spam quite a bit, I think. Yeah, so he takes round 1, and so I'm thinking, who do I put on defense? I probably could have put Rentraw here, and maybe I should have, because he really didn't have a great option. I mean, could have used Kingpin, probably would have timed out. He's gonna throw down his Rentraw, and I'm like, okay, this is where I'm like, I should have thrown down my Rentraw because he wouldn't have been able to use Gallon. And then the next round, he had counters. He had counters for pretty much anything that I could throw at him. Maybe if I threw, I don't know. We'd have to see. I'd have to see what he would have to place first. But so we're going Havoc versus Rentraw. He's going Crossbones versus Thing. Not an ideal matchup for winning because his Crossbones can take out my Thing pretty easily. Now for this, I don't know, should I have done this a little bit different? I end up going for a special 1, special 3, and maybe I should have just gone straight to special 3, and then, you know, try to nuke him down with another special 2 or whatever. And the reason why I went for the special 3, I wanted him to get the buildup of the plasmas, so that when I was heavying him, he would be taking the feedback damage, and I wouldn't just be willpower healing him the whole time, because you got to throw a lot of heavies with this. So we end up getting the feedback. We are getting some damage now. I probably should have been hitting more, less heavies, and then kind of managing how many charges he ended up having. We don't have any weaknesses on us. And I'm parrying, thinking, should I build up some more plasma? And at this point, I'm just like, nah, we just gotta throw this. Throw that. We don't have a weakness on us. We're gonna get some decent damage. But it's not gonna be enough. Yeah, so he's not even at 50% yet. And again, we're at 30 seconds left. He's willpower healing from the feedback. We don't have any plasmas on him. I don't know. I should have done. I've never done this matchup, so should I have done it differently? Maybe. If you have any comments, if you're a Havoc user, like I know my old alliance mate Bird, maybe he has some tips on how he might have done this fight differently. But we end up trying to get to special 2, and then I just needed one more hit, and I threw the special 1 instead. Didn't matter. He destroyed my Thing with Crossbones, and we lose. So we go and lose 2 rounds, 2 matches in a row, 2-0 or 0-2, 0-2. Now it's all tied up, 2-2, and I'm just like, well, we've got to get some better drafts, and we got to play better, and we can turn the tide. So I believe he gets to invite. Oh, and this is where it gets a little screwy. So, to be honest, I was a little not too excited that I had just lost 2 matches in a row. I'm waiting for him to invite, and I accept. And I'm just gonna let this play out in real time. But it doesn't go, he doesn't accept right away or something like that, and then it comes back up, and I was a bit confused because I was like, did he accept that? No. And did I? And then I got in my head that I invited him, but I knew that he was supposed to invite, and you're gonna see I just end up quitting out of the match, right out of the after the draft, because I was concerned that I invited on this match, and I just wasn't in the right state of mind, because I was like, did I do that? So I'm still waiting. I'm waiting. This is in real time. I haven't slowed down or sped up any of this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on? And I had checked back there. I'm like, yeah, let's go. We're waiting. So he sends the invite. I accept. I confirm, and I'm thinking we're good to go, right? And then it ends up going away. And this is actually when I actually start getting some weird stuff going on with the matches and stuff. So there, the clock reset, and then I confirm, but I was like, wait, why would I have to do that? So I don't know. I've never experienced that. And then it's waiting a long time. And for whatever reason, again, I thought for some reason, like with all that, I had ended up inviting him. And so I'm looking at my draft, and I'm like, should I change it up? I just lost 2 matches in a row, and I ended up picking Oakling, Fury, and I've been looking at this, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna change it up. He actually did well with Chavez, and I don't particularly want to fight Chavez, and so I end up picking her. But then again, I'm like, did I do the invite? And you're gonna see me. So I end up picking Chavez, and then I end up quitting, exiting the match. And I probably could have exited it before I even got to here. You know, I had good options. I could have picked an egg, could have picked cow, and I'm just sitting here thinking, did I invite? But technically no, because I would not have drafted first, and I should have known that. And so I forfeited the match. And I go and send him a message. I'm like, you're supposed to invite first? And I was confused, like, did I invite first? I don't know. I watched his. I need to go back and watch his stream and see what he said. But and I'm just like, okay, return. So I'm here. I'm like, shoot, return to lobby, and now I'm second guessing what I just did. I'm like, man, did I just give him like a free match because I did that? It's because technically I forfeited, and you know, I don't even know what the rules are with such things. And I'm trying to go over to send him a message. This is in real time, so I'm very confused at this moment. But I end up sending him a message saying, like, shouldn't I? You're supposed to send first, right? And did I? Did I send or whatever? I can't remember what the message was. Let's see what I write. Using the V's, gotta go all the way down to the bottom. So, and then here he sent a message. Says it. Sorry. Yeah, so like it expired and like resent. It says, do you need some time? And oh yeah, so he's like, hey, I'm sorry for the delay, or whatever. And I'm like, no, let's go. I said, and I'm like, did it expire? I'm like, no. So like, and I'm just like, no, let's go. And I'm just like waiting for him to respond, and this is the problem with not streaming it. You know, I probably could have gotten some better feedback if I had somebody on stream with me, but... And then he says, yeah, thank you. I'm like, okay. So, okay, here it comes. I'm like, all right, let's retry that. And I did switch up my ban, and I'm going to stick to that same ban, because I'm not going to try to be like I force quit because I didn't like the bans that I had or anything like that. So we go in, and I get to repick. So I do Hoekling, Fury, and Chavez, and we just lock that in immediately because that's what we had initially. And then when it came back up here and it showed me that I was picking first, I was like, no, I did make the mistake in canceling out that match. I should have just let it go. But here we get Rintra. Rintra was an option. AA was an option in that first round. Would I have picked Rintra? Maybe. Would I picked AA? Maybe. Would AA possibly been better? Maybe. Doesn't matter. But I feel like we're at the same spot, even though I feel like I messed up in thinking that. So here we go. We're going pick Domino. He's got a Tuma. So for a Tuma, technically I can use Domino if he puts him down. And then we can both go Spideys, Supremes. And then he's got, so he went Penny, which was interesting because I didn't take down his Sasquatch, and I didn't take down the last time Absorbing Man with Quicksilver. So I thought like those would be good beefy defenders, but he goes for a different set, which is fine. I'm like, Longshot hasn't done me anything too great, and as far as everything that's on the board right now, it's not great. I'm like, Herc and Doom would be great. Considered picking up that Warlock, but I didn't. And who is he gonna pick up? I don't remember at this point. Mr. Fantastic as a defender can be annoying depending on if you don't get Kingpin. But if you get Kingpin, he's pretty solid. So here we got Kingpin, which is great because he can counter Quicksilver, he can counter Mr. Fantastic, probably can counter the Spidey Supreme, and then I pick up Pig. So I'm like, Spidey Supreme, Pig can take care of that. I'm like, I'm feeling okay about this draft. It's not a draft that looks particularly great on my side, from what I normally do, but it looks like it can work out. I'm not too concerned about what he has, and he doesn't have a Domino counter, and it I picked Kingpin right away, but like, no, Kingpin is not going in. So I'm gonna go with Spidey again, and he can do that with Spot probably. I don't have a Spot. He can do it with Quicksilver, because Quicksilver, once that slows up, you can bypass the miss, and he goes for a Tuma, and I'm like, okay, I either use Domino or I used Doom. Maybe I could have used Herc as well, but I end up picking Doom, and basically all I need to do is not rely on any parries, block bait the heavies, and just try to get him down. The Incinerates help cancel out some of his abilities and stuff. I'm like, Doom should be able to take this fight. Now whether I go into the, I can't remember, I think I do a Doom cycle. I think I go for a special 3. And then he's not shock immune, but he can be shock like resistant. And we're just gonna get some combos in, block bait. Hopefully he goes straight into the heavies, which he has thus far, which is good. And then we're gonna throw the special 1, steal his power. And I'm wondering if this guy even throws a special in this fight. I can't remember. You know, on a good Doom, on a well-played Doom fight, you know, he wouldn't, you know, potentially throw any specials. So we get the perfect damage off. We do have a weakness. So that's gonna mitigate some of the damage we do. And then we're just gonna come out medium, light, medium, triple light, double medium, steal his power, and back off a little bit, and then throw the special 2 when we got the Fury up, no weaknesses, and then he's gonna start to melt, and then my whole block. Oh, there, he does end up throwing 1 special 1. Felt like it was a little bit slow countering that, and I don't know why I just didn't heavy him. The clock is black, and I'm like, and then it comes in. Did you see that? it went from 50 seconds to 12 seconds, just like that. There's no edit. There's no edit, like cutting out the time or anything like that. We both finished almost at the same time, but the clock was weird. But I won. So he actually did really well, but I won by, it was a couple hundred points. So I'm like, okay, that was good. And so I'm looking in here. Oh, he does have a domino counter. He has penny. I think I throw domino down. I think. Oh, I throw ren draw down. Yeah, so I'm like, he doesn't really have a great counter for ren draw. I mean, penny could probably do it. Maybe Quicksilver, Mr. Fantastic, maybe Kingpin, maybe, I don't know. I personally never done a ren draw with any of those. And I'm like, all right, Spidey. So this is where it starts to get weird, right? My timer on that last match, it ended weird. So we start here. I'm like, Pig is gonna eat this dude up. I'm like, I'm ready, let's go. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, what's going on? And I'm waiting. I'm like, there's like 10 seconds. You know, if he didn't click the ready button. But now I'm thinking, at this point, I'm like, what's going on? Like, I should be fighting by now. I'm not. And so I decide to dump the app and restart. And I'm trying to dump it, but I got to go sideways or whatever. Like, it's not dumping. So I'm losing time. Technically, I think when stuff like this happens, you can like get a redo on the match and whatever. And I'm like, Pig should be able to take this Spidey out, no problem. And I don't see him taking down my ren draw. So we come into the match with a minute and 10. Not good. So I'm a little flustered. We're in a heavy. And I think at some point I end up throwing the medium and then backing off, because once that first medium, he's gonna go invisible, and then you're gonna miss. And then I just need to get some poppers going. And so we throw the special one. He's gonna get the taunt, and then he's gonna throw the special. There he goes. We dex it clean. We heavy him, push him to another special. There we get hit. So I get hit a couple times, I think, in this fight. There we trigger, and I don't know I didn't get the evade on that one. I don't know exactly when he triggers the miss when heavy or a non-medium is thrown, but I'm like, okay, it's fine, we didn't get hit by him. We got 13 seconds. I'm like, dude, throw your specials, and die. He gets another special off. We heavy him, we win. And he ends up timing out. So we did end up winning that round. But again, the timer and stuff, like, it wouldn't have taken me 111 seconds. It would have taken me 60 or less. But we win. So, like, I don't have any complaints, right? Even though we got half of the time. But I'm a little bit flustered at this moment, because I'm like, I kind of got lucky that I had a champ that he was going to time out on. But we win match number 5, and I'm up 3-2. I just need to win one more, and I get to walk home and be done with this. But let's just see how it goes. So it's my turn to invite. So I send the invite, and he accepts, as he should. And let's get this draft going. There he goes. He's ready. Accept. Let's go. So I'm hoping for a good draft, and we can just finish this out, right? Right? Yeah, we'll see about that. So I'm gonna do Fury and Hulkling again, and I was debating, do I do somebody else? Do I do somebody besides Chavez? And I was thinking, I'm like, no, it worked last match, let's do it again. So he bans Torch again, so he's banned Torch every time. He bans Void this time, and Tigra. So he's been mixing it up a little bit. He gets a Tuma, and I go and pick, I think, Domino and Kingpin. Yep. We got Kingpin, and he goes Sasquatch. So Sasquatch, good pickup. I have a few counters that can deal with him. Like Pig. Pig would be perfect. If I can get Pig, I'm like, please get Pig, and I can take care of that Sasquatch. I'm gonna pick up Longshot, and then I was debating on getting Spidey again, but he has failed me the last couple times, and so I'm like, nah, we're gonna go Penny and see if he can't not get a great option for her. I mean, Shang-Chi can do Penny. I'm pretty sure Crossbones can do her as well. Even Null. I mean, even Nimrod. Nimrod could do it. We got the unblockable specials. But he goes for Nimrod. And does he pick up? Yeah, he picks up Crossbones. Because I do have Thing available to pick up potentially. And this one I'm just like, who do I pick up? Who do I pick up? And I think I end up picking up Doom and Guardian. I was considering Atuma. I was considering Null. But Null's gonna get eaten up by like Kingpin. And so I end up going with those two. And I'm like, yeah, this draft is going, it's going okay. So he ends up getting Gallon, which counters Penny extremely well. And I can't remember who he ends up getting here. Does he go Korg? And I'm looking at my counters for Korg, and I'm like, I don't really have one. And then here, so he picks up the Korg, so I'm like, okay, I gotta pick up Black Widow. He's got Crossbones. My Thing's not gonna be great for that. I can't really pick up and use Nimrod for much of anything because Gallon will take out the Nimrod. So I'm like, this draft isn't working out so well, but let's see if we can't play it out and just get 2 out of 3. That's all we need. 2 out of 3, right? So he goes with Sasquatch. And I think I place Doom. And I place Longshot. So I'm like, Longshot's not gonna do me any favors unless, I mean, he could probably do Nimrod, okay. So I'm waiting. So here we go. I'm waiting, and I'm thinking I'm gonna throw down Penny. So I'm gonna use Penny on Sasquatch because she can heal block. She can get some nice burst damage on the Incinerates, and you see the clock expires. No pick from him showing, and this is not edited. This is real time. And I'm like looking at his draft. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And then you can see Kingpin showed up as his defender, but it was my attacker. So it didn't let me pick, and I'm like, great, this kind of sucks. So I don't even know who he's using. And Kingpin, I've never done a Sasquatch versus Kingpin fight. So I'm just hoping I can get him down and kill him and then just not mess up. I know that he has max MD, so throwing heavies is really not going to be probably a great option for me. So I'm just going to stick to spamming special ones and get those degens on him and have him tick. I do need to be careful about the overpower, overrun, or whatever Kingpin's buff is, because when that expires, boom, he gets a little shot of MD, and now I got to get him to throw a special. Gets into Tanorak, he does throw a special. I probably could have countered that. I didn't. Could have countered that. Didn't. I'm just trying to get him to empty out his power. And then here, I end up, I think he's not gonna throw a special, and my buff falls off. I'm trying to bait it out. I'm like, come on. And he goes to special 3, so I start charging heavies, because I know if you charge a heavy, you take a little bit less damage. You get like a physical resistance or something up, but this Sasquatch actually still does a ton of damage because I think I had a weakness, or I had debuffs on me, so he has the Fury. So he still did a ton of damage, and then I just eat combo coming out, and then I try to counter. I do get an unblockable special, but guess what? We're gonna time out again, or do I die here? No, do I die? No, I didn't die. We're gonna time out. So we wasted our kingpin, didn't get the kill, and the clock's going all weird. And I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? I don't even know if I see what happens, to be honest. Oh, there, very quick. He died. He ended up using a Tuma for long shot, and my long shot wrecked him. So I'm like, okay, well, I got kind of lucky, but I didn't want to use Kingpin for that match. I did not want to use Kingpin. I wanted to use Penny. So I could have Kingpin for, you know, potentially Nimrod or Gallon or whatever. And so I'm like, all right, let's go Doom and bait out either his Gallon or Kingpin. I'm not sure, you know, if it was me, which one I would use. But he throws out Korg, and I'm like, sweet, let's go and use my Black Widow Clairvoyant. That's what I picked her up on that last pick. I've done this fight. She can melt him down. We don't have to worry about thorns. We can do this. So he ends up using Kingpin. I'm like, okay, Kingpin can do Doom. I also have Max MD, so that's going to help on defense. And I click I'm ready, and then guess what? We're just clicking away again. So I'm like, no, I'm going to reset as quick as possible and try to get in, because I'm like, I'm not going to go back in with a minute, but I am losing time right now. So I'm losing time, and I'm frustrated, and I click something on the screen. I'm like, no, go, 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 go. I got to get into this match as quickly as possible. And of course, Kabam is just taking its dang little time, logging me in this time. You see it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. This is not slowed down. This is not edited in any way to whatever. And guess what? We start the match with 117. I'm like, great. So I've taken down Korg with Claire. But depending on how many weaknesses and stuff you get on and how well you can manage everything, I don't know how quickly you can do this fight. Normally I don't really worry about the speed, and there I try to do a heavy, I eat a special 2, and then I'm like, okay, well, I need to get a special 3 off. But I also need to get rid of all of these weaknesses. I have 16 charges, and I'm waiting to get those off. I'm like, well, I've kind of hosed myself already. I think I get a heavy off, and then I throw it right before the rock field comes back so I can get some damage. If anything I got going for me, I'm under 50%, so I get courage. Bonus on this, but he's only down to 63%. And he throws another special, and I eat that coming out. And I'm very flustered at this moment. Like, try to get whatever damage I can, which is like nothing. And I time out, and I do like nothing. And guess what? He got Doom down, but he didn't do very well. 36,000 points. He lost a lot of health. Could have easily won that fight. I'm pretty frustrated. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's see how this goes. So I'm like, if I was him, I would have thrown down Gallon. But I think he was saving Gallon for Penny. And he ends up throwing down Nimrod, which I think is probably the worst option out of these, especially with the champs that I have. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to throw down Domino because Crossbones is going to be worthless against her. And, you know, Gallon can do Domino, but probably going to lose some health and get with crit fail and whatnot. And I'm just going to use Guardian, and I'm going to blast this guy away. And it's going to be an easy fight. That's what I thought. And I'm going to win this, and I'm going to be going home 4-2. Not so fast. So check this out. So my plan was special 1, special 2, and I wasn't 100% certain if it was going to kill him, but I knew it was going to do a lot of damage, and if it didn't kill him, I could probably kill him off. But I also needed to do it with no or little weaknesses, preferably no weakness, and I probably should have been a little bit more patient with that, especially because I knew on the other side there was probably going to be some health lost, and I knew I could pretty much come out of this fight with full health. I need this guy to throw a special. He does, and you know, boom, boom. Look at that. Well, we didn't get the last one, but instead of dexing, I'm throwing off parries to try to get extra power. And you know, if you parry the specials, it's 0 damage. So I'm just trying to do that. So we're gonna do it again. He's not unblockable because he doesn't have all of his protocols up yet. And we get to special 2, and I thought right there it was a mistake. I threw a special 2 and I had 2 weaknesses on, and it didn't do nearly enough damage. And I'm like, crap, that's not good. I should have backed off and made sure all of the weaknesses were gone, because I ended up with 2. I'm like, all right, throw your specials, and again, parry, parry. I think on all 3 of those I missed that last parry. Trying to get some hits in while he's unstoppable under the stun. I'm like, all right, I just need to get off a special 2, and preferably one with no weaknesses on. So you can see I'm going to try to get to enough power. I got 3 weaknesses. We're going to back off. Got 5 seconds, and I just throw it thinking I'm going to throw this in timeout. And with a split second left, he throws. I was at full health. I lose all of that health, and it looks like I got worked around that whole fight, and I end up losing. And I'm just like, that is garbage. That is garbage. I should have won. I should have been out the door. I mean, even if I hadn't even thrown the special, well, maybe if I had thrown it, I don't know, I would have had enough points. I think I would have had enough points. But I lost, and now we're 3-3. And then I go in, I'm like, dude, I just need to reset, because I've been having some weird stuff going on with my game. Like, give me 1 minute. Going to restart my phone. So instead of just resetting the app, I'm gonna shut down my phone. So I decline, and I was like, my deck stuff has been whacked or whatever. Because that round was not played as how I would have played it. So I reset, and so I restarted my phone. The app started, and then I started recording, and then I get this black screen. So the Marvel had already come up, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start recording. And when I came back, it's just black screen. I'm just looking at this. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is just getting beyond ridiculous. I'm just sitting here waiting. He's waiting for me to get back on. So I dump the app again. Open it up. So that's where the screen was. Boom. And this is when I started recording, and just kind of got stuck on that screen. All right. So, all right, it signs me in. And I send him a message saying, yeah, let's do this. So take your time. What did he say? Yeah, round 7. This game is so bad right now. The game is I mean, I have never had some of these issues. And I was pretty frustrated. After blowing that round, I was beyond frustrated, to say the least. Round 7, he gets to invite. And I think as far as the bans go, I think I stick to what I had been doing, which was Hulkling, Fury, and Chavez. And, we've been going for over an hour now. So this is what kind of stinks. Like, if you need to coordinate something with these best out of 7, I mean, it's fun on the viewer side, especially if you're streaming it and all that kind of stuff. But, like, setting up these matches and doing these matches and it taking so long, I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like trying to coordinate around somebody else's time to play the game, which is why I step back, and that's why I'm in my 30k units alliance, kind of doing my own thing, chilling, you know, with chill 1 BG wars, 1 BG AQ, where I just run up the middle and kill stuff, and then I call it good. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm like, ready? Because I want to get this over with too. Hopefully get it over with a win. But, yeah, you're going to see how this next round plays out very quickly. Alright, there he goes. We get the match. I only have one deck. I don't have a second deck. Maybe I'll buy a deck one of these times, but we'll see. Yeah, I only have one deck. I don't switch my masteries around or do anything like that. I just always play with the same masteries, and I just manually change my deck each week. And you know, if I go to do a friendly, I go and change it and swap it back. It's annoying. It's not convenient, but yeah. Alright, so we got those same bands from us. And I think he does Torch, and I'm not sure what he does. I can't remember, because he's been changing it up a little bit. He's doing Torch, Tigra, and Void. Yeah, that's what he does again. Okay. Well, that's fine. So we start, and I'm like, let's go with Kingpin, because he's going to be an attacker. I don't want to give him Domino straight out the gate and him pick up like a Nimrod or something like that. We get Bishop coming up. So Bishop, he had been banned. I don't think he had been shown up in the deck at all in the rounds that I didn't end up banning him. And he gets Gallon. Solid pickup. I'm like, all right, let's pick up Herc and Nimrod. Now Nimrod, not a great counter for the Bishop. Could do it. Oh no, I end up picking Quicksilver, because he has had a lot of trouble with my Quicksilver. So yeah, let's get that for defense. We get Shang, which is a great counter for Quicksilver. And now I'm kind of mad that I didn't pick up that Nimrod. I'm like, all right, let's pick up the Korg, and then I'm debating, do I pick up AA or do I pick up Warlock? And I just go for AA, because AA can take Bishop as well. He can take Domino. It's not great. I don't like fighting Domino generally without a tech. And so he picks up Havoc and a Tuma, and I'm like, okay. And I'm looking at my last two champs. I'm like, this is terrible. I don't have anybody really for normally what I would want. So I end up picking Spidey Supreme and Kitty. And I'm like, well, Kitty can do, you know, a Tuma. Kitty can do Havoc. Kitty, you know, I'm not the biggest Kitty player. I don't like using her a ton. And I'm just looking at this. I'm like, let's throw him Korg, and let's see what he can do with his Bishop. And I can't remember. Does he throw down Havoc? No, he throws down Domino? No. Yeah, he throws down Domino, and I end up going. I probably should have gone AA, but I end up going Kingpin. Usually my AA is banned, and I don't ever use him, or I will ban AA. And so I've done this fight with Kingpin, and I've killed Domino, and I've had, you know, I'll end up with like 60 to 70% health, somewhere in there. But I guess in the past when I've done that, I haven't had as much crit fail. And we'll see how this goes. We got a block if we're unlucky, because it's going to be undexable. gonna throw off those degens, hopefully get some damage, but you can see I didn't have any weaknesses on, and I only got 288 damage for that, and she's healing for 115, so not a lot. Gotta block that again. We haven't got our overpower up. We do a little dash back, thinking that we'll hit her with the special. She evades it. Luckily, she didn't punish me for it, but that hurt damage-wise because we needed that degen up. Because I could have had 2 of them stacked. Taking some damage. Got the overpower up. Hit her with another degen. Taking crit fail all over the place. Preferably, I would like her to go to special 2, so that way I can not have to block her specials. But she keeps throwing the special ones mostly. Thought about going for some heavies there. We'd get 2 off. We can't get the 3rd. She's lucky. Otherwise, I may have gone for it. Double degen. We can't use that striker. I'm looking at that striker. We can't use it. Can't use it. I probably should have been doing some heavies here. Get the degen off. We got too many weaknesses on. Heavy. And we time out. And he doesn't do so great either. But he ended up killing the Korg. So he gets the points there. Yeah. And he gets the points for the time. Because he did it in 70-something seconds. So yeah, we lose. We lose round 1. So now I'm like, alright, who is he going to throw on defense? I was thinking maybe a Tuma, whatever. He ends up putting down Havoc. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I'm thinking to myself, I can go Hercules or I can go Kitty. I'm like, I'll save Kitty. I'm going to put down my Spidey Supreme again. Last time he died with his Scorpion, so I'm hoping that is the case again. And I'm going to go in. I end up deciding to go in with Hercules. The only thing that I really need to do is I just need to make sure that he throws special 2s. Can't have him throwing special 1s. Otherwise, I'm going to be detonating all over the place, and it's not going to be good for the health. I'm not worried about like not killing this guy, but yeah. And I probably should have started out, I don't know, more aggressive. I'm doing medium intercepts, which is risky. But we get a couple in there. We're going to counter his heavy with the heavy. We're building up our feats. Hold and block. And there, I was slow. And he throws off the special 1 out of the stun. And I don't end up heavying him. And so now we're getting plasmas built up like crazy. And we're getting detonated. I need to push him to special 2s. So I can try to manage those plasma charges, get some intercepts, get off the special 2, and we take another detonation. I'm just gonna go for this, blocking, go for the special 1. You know, had all those weaknesses and stuff, and we kill him fast. But we lost so much health. So I'm just praying that he just doesn't do the Spidey fight well again, like he had in the few other times. And we're waiting. But Scorpion should be able to do the Spidey fight fairly easily, and he does. Take some damage, and we lose. We lose by 300 points. 300 points. And that's it. Victory to Vega. Congrats to him. Even though I'm super frustrated, I lost. It's not the biggest deal in the world. I don't move on. I don't have to coordinate with somebody else. But good job to him. He clutched it out. I didn't. I totally failed. And here's a quick review of the matches, and you see that one, the gray one, that's the one that I forced quit out of because I thought I messed up with the invites. Yeah, he wins 4-3. It was a fun match. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.